Well, with all fingers pointing in direction of a statement made by Mr. President of his inauguration speech, and that's the statement that where he said fuel subsidy is gone, which of course started, which has remained at the root of the problems that Nigerians are facing today. Well, they have tried as much as possible to hide under the fact that it's not just in Nigeria alone, and which is making matters worse. It went on at some point to say they were cutting down governance, and then they traveled to Dubai, where nations like Germany did not come go for such events because they couldn't afford it. Germany could not afford it. Nigerians, so Nigeria went with 1,400 and thereabout, and so you know what we're talking about. And so the same government came up with buying SUVs of over about 160 million for all members of the House of Assembly and House of Representative and the Senate and everybody. And you know, but then, as if that was not enough, I think the president, in his animosity, in his magnanimity, he's trying also, to see how he can make things work, in the midst of it all. Went to Qatar recently after the fact that he asked to come to go to Qatar, I mean to go into Qatar, and then they denied him. They said he can't come in. There was no need and all of that. And but then of course when there was uproar, people were saying that, oh, Qatar rejected Nigeria president. I think they eventually allowed him to come. And of course you saw that trip, even though Mr. President says that he is cutting down on expenses, governance expenses. I saw two of his children on that trip. I don't know when the movement to Qatar now became a family trip. If it was actually a national issue. It's one of the biggest problem we have in the polity of Nigeria is that we mix up things, and that's why we've not gotten things right. We mix things up. We mix up governance with family issues and all of that. The same way Tinubu was sitting in Federal Executive Council meeting. What an insult! Tinubu sitting in Federal Executive Council, but thank God for Mr. President, who actually rebuked him instantly and sent him out, which because it's a national issue. And but then somehow he's still doing quite a number of things that are still not right, and which we believe that in due course those things will be corrected. But then the core of this particular video is where he now told them when he was rounding up his meeting with them in Qatar, told them that they should not offer bribe to anybody. That if anybody asks for bribe, they should they should report to him directly. And that's talking about people those who are coming to invest in Nigeria. Well, the first question that comes to my mind, okay, is it with the way we are now that somebody will come and invest his money in Nigeria? Then, secondly, um, another question that comes to mind again is that does it now mean that you agree that you have corrupt people in the system? But then, well, you might say that, oh, you can't but have people like that amongst, there will always be a Judas. You understand? Or there will always be so many Judases among so many Peters and so many Johns and all of that. And so there will always be Peters. But I think it's passed more of a wrong message than the good one. You understand? Because not many people we see, when you wear a white dress and there is a black spot on it, the black spot, that tiny black spot becomes very obvious than even the whole of the white that you're wearing. And that's the fact. And so when you think that, when you go out and you say something like that, you have passed the message about the system that, look, you are coming into a corrupt system. I'm inviting you to come into a corrupt system. But when you see corruption, please tell me, which is wrong, which is wrong. Yes, it's wrong. Well, I will not say that those who are handling the president's speech should check certain things, but then because most of these things that had caused major issues were things that were off script. It wasn't a script that Mr. President was reading when he said to them that if anybody asks for bribe, which was not wrong, but then take for instance, it wasn't everything that was said on that trip that we heard about. And that's the truth. It wasn't everything that was said on that trip that we heard about. So I think certain things are not supposed to be said in certain places and certain quarters. Take, for instance, the issue of subsidy is gone. It's a major problem for us in Nigeria today. The big question is, between you and me, are we still not paying subsidy? Are we still not paying subsidy? Well, I think the president should do well to speak less, talk less, and act more. I think that's better. Speak less and act more. And so instead of telling Qatar people that if anybody asks for bribe, you should tell me or report that person to me, I think it's better that you are dealing with the corruption at home. Not that's like washing your white linen, your dirty linen outside. That's it. That's what Mr. President just did. That's what, anyway, but please feel free to drop your comment, make them simple and civil. Let us know what your opinions are on this particular one that Mr. President did in Qatar. Thank you very much for watching. This is still Serious Matters here at Tony of TV. Don't forget to share videos with others, drop your comment, make them simple and civil. Thank you.